Okay. Here's the other one. The other full range I have drilled, pre-drilled. Okay, hold on. Get one screw. Okay. I spared you the details of all this, but it's the final step. Final step is always exciting. Got that one in. Maybe if I have time, we'll do some impedance measurements the old school way. I don't have any snazzy software, and I don't trust it anyway. And I don't need to know all of these measurements to the nth degree. I just don't need to know. Knowing too much of that stuff just makes for second guessing and paranoia. And I mean, if I had a speaker company and worried about all that, I guess I would, but not for a homebrewed project like this. I just don't need to know the full measurement suite. My phone fell over. It's a windy day. I keep hitting stop. The wind blew my phone over. I like having school outside, class outside. Okay, final torque pattern. We're going to go to 45 pound-feet. Click. 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 Click, 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 click. All right. We're ready. Okay. 2, 3. Number 1, I fixed a horse trailer today. Number 2, I fixed an ice maker today. And number 3, the port. So now it's time to get this upstairs and give it a listen. What if we compare it to the Klipsch horn? Oh, God. These cabinets are really built. That's why I love them. You put an accelerometer on these things, you'll find a damn vibration. Oh, God. And these are tiny. And that's why I chose them. Oh, my God. Quit your bitching and man up. Man up. Man up. Yes, I'll be cleaning my room soon. All right. All I do is practice drums in here, so this is my drum studio. Yeah, you stay there. I dare you. I don't need you anyway. You're cross-recessed. You're Phillips. I need a flathead. That's a pick. Where did that flathead go? There you are. Okay. Crap everywhere. Turning into a fucking hoarder hermit. Audio hoarder hermit. Audio hermit. Ugh. Okay, you're already hooked up. Okay, I want to get them back close to the wall. You know, in fixing that horse trailer, I kind of used a little back work today, so. I don't know if that's upside down or not. Okay, you're hooked up. You need a stand. Useless. Stripe. Stripe. There it is. Stripe for positive. If I end up liking these, I've got to get some terminals on here. Sick of these screwdriver things from 1961. But the first time I hear both of them with the ports. And I will, if I like them, I'll go ahead like one of my one of our YouTube brothers said, do an impedance measurement, find out how we're tuned. I'm gonna toe him out just a little bit. Irk. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna put the mic over here, but I'm not gonna remove my cymbals. I got my drum kit the way I like it right there, so I'm not gonna remove my cymbals. Once you get a drum kit, a drum set, as we used to call it. Some people say kit, I say set. Man, when I grew up, it was a drum set. Where's the other little speaker? That's debris from the old slot. Where's that other little, there it is. Got some rubber feet. So let's get those centered. Let's get those rubber feet on there. Let's see if we got. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Okay, we're aligned. And I also want to hear these full range using the Yamaha AS 1100 as well. I'm going to bring that up when my back can handle moving them up 3 flights of stairs. Okay, so balance, we got to get that back in the center. We're going to do stereo. Tone controls off. We need to go stereo. Yep. All right, we're set. I am going to do Pentode mode tonight, not triode mode. The Pentode mode, well, first of all, there are benefits to Pentode mode, but also it gives you a lot more power. And just for shits, there are some distortion benefits to Pentode mode as well. And so these switches are the tiny toggle switches are turned back towards the tubes. So the way you know it for the Suono is the toggles are switched towards the transformers, triode, trans-triode. That's just how I remember it. We're in Pentode mode right now. Okay. There's really no adjustment to there. We'll be streaming to the Macintosh via Spotify Premium. That's all I need. I don't need any more elitist. I don't need any more bits than that. Getting tired of the bit wars. I love digital. I've embraced digital. I think it's better than analog. I do. I went through my turntable phase. Got tired of intergroove distortion. I got tired of just so many flaws. I just got tired of it. And I'd go back and forth between analog and digital, and modern digital is awesome. Let's see what I got. Okay, we played Under Pressure last night. We're not going to do that tonight. Oh, I don't want an ad. I pay you, mofos. Before I turn on my good mic,
much further beyond what we can control. As the stories we
how about just listening to a fucking through a phone?
skyscraper, erect and
guy and that guy. Get down. Tell you what, let me hit pause. Let me hit pause. Do something different. I like change. Let me turn this thing on and go get the little mini SD. Mini SD. Okay. That's a spot bot. Can't live without a spot bot. Because I am a spilling. He's still on. Yep, I am a spilling machine. There's nobody on the planet that spills more than me. And after 25 years of spill therapy, my spill therapist has said, accept it. Just accept it. Embrace your ability to spill. Call it a superpower. Okay, hold on. Wait. Okay. What I'm going to do now, I'm not going to even use my camcorder. I've paused the song. You heard a little bit. I'm going to hit record. Now I'm going to clap. Okay, and that's going to allow me to sync up and turn the audio off from this my cell phone, which is old, by the way. Old cell phone, not even modern. And you can now hear the rest through the Zoom H1N. Ready? Let's hit play. hear another song, and then we'll play the same song to the Klipsch Horns. I always like to test my bias and my tubes just with a temperature measurement. Left tube, right tube. Little ones. See what the transformers are. Power transformer. Good. Let's do the tops of the big boys. It's pretty hot. Put your lip on that. Try to get way in there. Let's drop. Let's get to the filament. The filament at 300. Back to this side. Here we go. Tubes are hot. You know, I use that thermometer. You can tell a lot about an engine, you know, just by taking that thermometer and checking every single exhaust manifold port and checking the temperature. You can tell what's going on inside the cylinder. Rich, lean, compression problems. There's so much you can do with a thermometer. You know, if you know how things work, it's amazing. And like I say, you get one of these bad boys, you know, you just go around and you just check temperatures. You can see what's going on. If you know how they work, you kind of know what's happening. I'll tell you what, let's do one other song. And then we'll do the same song. We're with the full range right now. My babies. I built these. These are my babies. These are my design. I built them. That's why they sound so good to me. Maybe not to you. But you know what? Some people might go, that's an ugly baby. But I'm this baby's mama. It's not ugly to me. Okay. And then what I'll do is I'll take the same song. It's off the new Stereolab album that I effing love. So I'm going to have to use it tonight. And then we'll take the same song and we'll switch over to the Klipsch Horns. It's just so not fair. It's so unfair. Okay, here we go. Let's just go to the very next song on the album. Whatever comes on next. Every song on this album. Every song on this album. Every song on this album.
The simple cause we are serving will conquer with the cannon
Is good.
millennia. Two sacred texts subjugated. Slants and figments, the observant, ear to the ground, empowerment, generator, the architect, ourselves, not the joker. who will profess to be master.
Hit pause. That album is so damn good. Stereolab is so damn good. Alright, let's get them Klipsch online here. Klipsch Horns. Eight ohms. Alright, let's let the amp warm up. Now I'm gonna have to level equalize using the preamp because it's not fair. I'll start the song, go over there, tone the volume down. The K horns are so efficient, it's not a fair comparison. Here we go.
There's a book We are serving or conquer with the kind names, media, to sacred texts, subjugated, slants and figments, be observant, ear to the ground, empowerment, generator, the architect, our higher self, not the joker, who will profess to be master.
There you go. I had the audacity to compare my little old full range to the Klipsch Horns. I don't care. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was useful. I do plan to, as one of our YouTube commenters brothers suggested, I'm going to do an impedance graph on the full range to see where the port resonance is, and I really, really like them. I really do. Speaker has its place. I do plan to use the full range from here on out as my reinforcement for my drumming. It actually is a little bit better than what I've been doing. And I want to give you a sample of the full range through the Yamaha AS1100. I keep going back to that AS1100. You know, there's something about that Yamaha. Whenever I've done comparisons in the past, you know, and I roll around with everything, the Rogue Audio Chronos and just all the other stuff, that AS1100 has a special quality that and as I roll down in retirement here and start to eradicate equipment and declutter, I just have a feeling that Yamaha will be one of the last components to go, if not the one to stay. Really. Something about it. I think it's special. Maybe by design, maybe by accident of design. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this Stereo Police. I do it for you. Show me some love. I don't post links. I don't advertise. I'm not one of them. I don't ask you for a subscription. I don't ask you for anything. But if you have something nice to say, I'm happy to hear it. It keeps me going sometimes. Thank you. Love you.